Mr. Kalapa. Mr. Kalapa, can I have your attention, please? Please, just for a couple of minutes. I know it's hard, but please. Mr. Kalapa and I have worked on a number of boards in North Carolina, and he is a crown jewel of the state. You can tell by his humor, he makes points very easily. Let me tell you, this guy is respected. He's focused on economic development, and he's focused on education, and I call him a great friend of mine. No, more to come. But you've heard a lot about the school, but I want to talk about the Indian community and what I've learned since February. You can teach an old dog new hat, new tricks. And I'm an Irish American. I thought we had a lot of energy, but let me tell you guys, you beat the Irish hands down. But there's a few things I learned from you all, and one of them is teamwork. The teamwork to make this thing happen was incredible, from children to business people to political leaders. Everyone got involved, and I believe in our state, when we come together in North Carolina, we can solve any issue. So your teamwork is just amazing. And I just want to qualify that I'm not running for office. All I do is do board work. The second thing I want to talk about is hard work. I believe in life you have to ask, you have to earn the right to ask. And your community has earned the right to ask, and you believe in hard work, and that's why you are all so successful. You have taught your soul, dog, is your passion for education is unprecedented. I chair the board of Wake Tech Community College, and I shook about 1,000 hands this afternoon. We had 5 graduations. And we change people's lives every day at Wake Tech. And that's exactly what we do at the School of Math and Science. And that's exactly what your donations are going to do for that school. I was asked by Governor Perdue about 8 years to get involved with the school. As you know, it's got a resident component of about 660 students. But what I saw, a great opportunity to take that faculty, take the staff, and develop programs so we can touch every single corner of the state. So today we've got online programs, we've got summer programs in 52 counties in the state. Oh, by the way, we asked the state, is there any money? No, there's no money, Tom. No problem. Let me charge for those classes and make a profit. They said, you can make a profit, just call it revenue positive. That's a state term. So that's what we did. So today we run summer programs in over 52 counties to inspire young women, African Americans, minorities about STEM education. Because that's where we've got trouble in the state, in this country today, is we're not inspiring diversity in early enough ages, and we're not inspiring students to get into STEM programs. Those summer programs is an area that you're going to make a major contribution to. And the final area I want to bring to your attention is interactive video conferencing centers. These are centers we have in Durham right now, where we can teach classes in all 100 counties with the same faculty we have in Durham. Thanks to the legislature, we invested over $2 million over 4 years ago to put state-of-the-art studios in there today. So if someone's from a rural county that doesn't have access to these classes, they have access to those classes if they want them in all 100 counties. So my point to you today is your investment in NCSSM is our resident students, and these guys are fantastic. Akash, where's Akash? You still there? I mean, let me tell you this dude. I work with this guy. I mentor these students. This kid is 26 years old. He was at Nomura Instinet, one of the largest Japanese stock trading companies in the world. He was at the top floor, eating sushi, having dinner with their top 25 customers on Thursday night, and closed 5 of them in that meeting. Now let me tell you guys, being a business, that's success. So, hats off to you. You've inspired me. You've given me more energy than I've ever had to accomplish more at NCSSM. to accomplish more education across our country. And the final point I'll make is the state of North Carolina is launching a major initiative for computer science in K-12, and the Lieutenant Governor's a major piece of that. And I'm part of the Standards Committee, and our first Standards Committee, where we launched those standards in North Carolina, was at the school in math and science. That's going to be the epicenter of this work, and our state is going to lead every other state in this country with your help, with teamwork, with hard work. That's what you taught me, and we're going to get it done. So, thank you so much. Honored to be part of this community, and doing so many great things. I talk more than him, that's a problem. But thank you.
And I'll be brief. I'm Chancellor Todd Roberts of NCSSM, and I can be brief because everything that needs to be said has almost been said by everyone else up here prior to me. And the main thing I want to do is to reiterate our thanks at NCSSM for everyone in this room and the entire Indian American community for thinking about this event to support NCSSM. And I remember talking to Mr. Kalapa about this really a couple of years ago, and never in my wildest dreams could imagine that we would be here today in a room filled with 300 plus people and me holding a box with $500,000 in it. That's a pretty exciting thing. On our end, working with Mr. Kalapa and the whole team of folks that made this evening possible, Brock Winslow, as you've heard from, and Tom Looney spent a number of Sundays working to plan this event and think about this event. And all of that teamwork and effort has led to an unbelievably successful opportunity for our school. As you've already heard, North Carolina is a growing state, and NCSSM now serves more students than we ever have before through all of our various programs, our residential programs, our online and IVC programs and summer programs. We served over 2,500 students in 100 counties this past year, all across North Carolina. Meeting the mission that in 1980, when we opened, it was about how do you transform North Carolina and invest in talent and create opportunity across our state. Everybody in this room is a great example of how you have talent and you pursue opportunity and have great success. And so now for 39 years, NCSSM has allowed this across our state. And the generous contribution that you are making this evening is going to allow us to expand that to serve more students. We benefit greatly from the state of North Carolina and leaders like Lieutenant Governor Forrest and Senator McKissick and their generous support of the institution. But more and more private support makes the things possible, like our distance education, like our research and mentorship opportunities for students. And we have been so fortunate to serve many, many students from the Indian American community in our school. How many folks here have had students attend the school or alumni of the school or currently at the school or hoping to attend the school? Raise your hands. So we've got a lot of folks here who already fit that bill, and we are expanding with a second campus that will be opening in Morganton, North Carolina in 2021 that will allow us to serve 300 more residential students, more distance education students. So we look forward to continuing to work closely with the Indian American community to make more opportunities available to students in your community as well as students all over North Carolina. This is an amazing, amazing evening and event. And quite frankly, I'm humbled by your generosity and your support and the story of all the students here and going door to door or breaking open your piggy bank and bringing funds for this. I mean, if that doesn't inspire you about what's possible, nothing will. So thank you so much on behalf of the North Carolina School of Science and Mathematics, the 10,000 alumni we have, and the hundreds of thousands we'll serve in the future with your support. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Let me say one last thing, and I know he won't want this to be said, but having gotten to know Vimal Kalapa now for 4 years as a member of our Board of Trustees, he is an amazing, amazing person and such a generous leader for our state and your community. I know you're proud of him, and I just want to give him one more big round of applause.
Thank you, Chancellor Roberts. So while we're here, we'll just have a couple words from every one of you, if you don't mind. Senator McKissick, if you can share a few thoughts.
Let me just thank all of you for being here this evening. Mr. Kalapa, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, for all your advocacy on behalf of this amazing institution. The one thing they haven't mentioned is that there will still be a new science and math up in the mountains of North Carolina. And that's something we should all feel proud of, because it will offer opportunities all across this state to the same type of quality education that's available here in Durham today. Thank you all who believe in this school. Thank you for believing in a quality education. Thank you for understanding that education is the passport to opportunity. Wherever you may came from, however humble your beginnings may be, or however privileged you may be, when you go to that school of science and math and you walk out of there with that credential, you have the universe, you have the world before you. Thank you for all that believe in that understand that, and thank you for your generosity on this very special occasion.
Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Governor Dan Forrest, and it is my honor to be with you as well, and I'll be very brief. But as a member of the State Board of Education and the State Board of Community Colleges, and as the President of the Senate and somebody that serves in the executive branch as well, I can say that I get to spend a lot of my time in education. I spend a lot of time in K-12 schools, I spend a lot of time in community colleges, I spend a lot of time in universities, and there is no school in North Carolina, university, K-12, otherwise, that outshines the School of Science and Math. This is a bright, shiny object. It's a bright, shiny object in our state. In a day and time when many of us are looking around at the education that exists in America, we say we're dumbing down education and it's not as challenging as it should be. You can see from these students that came up here earlier, we are training up and raising up students not just to be scientists and doctors and mathematicians, but to be adults and participating citizens in our communities. That's what the School of Science and Math does. And it's not just a bright, shiny object here in North Carolina. This school shines across America and around the world because of the kind of talent it puts out. So my job tonight is just look at you and say thank you, thank you, thank you for the Indian community, for pouring out your hearts and souls and sacrificing the way you've sacrificed to support this awesome program in North Carolina. Thank you for all you do.
I will be brief because it all has been said. But not only do I represent many of you in Congress, but I also chair the U.S.-India caucus for the entire Congress. So I have the opportunity to meet members of the Indian diaspora around the country. And I can tell you we're incredibly fortunate here in North Carolina to have such a vibrant and populous Indian community. And perhaps it is the reason why my congressional district is the top 5 most educated district in America, the top 5 fastest growing district in America. So it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be with my friend Kalapa tonight. Whenever he says show up, I show up. It's good. But it's a wonderful evening, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
I am Jessica Holmes. I'm the chair of the Wake County Board of Commissioners and also a resident of the town of Morrisville, along with many of you that I've seen here tonight. One of my favorite quotes is, "Education is the most powerful tool for which to change the world." And that quote is from Nelson Mandela. And here, when we're talking about the School of Science and Math, we're not just talking about getting a sound, basic education. We're talking about that beacon in North Carolina. We're talking about exceptionalism. So I want to thank each of you for not only believing in the vision of my dear friend and mentor, Governor Hunt, but for continuing the tradition and most importantly, believing in these children. So as a first-generation college student from rural Eastern North Carolina, I understand so much how important those 11th and 12th grade years are to our kids. Thank you for making a difference in their lives, because they are not just our future, they're our leaders of today. Thank you.
I want to thank Governor Kalapa so much and the community. Championships are won when we bring out the best in each other. Last night we saw the Carolina Hurricanes on the way to winning our Stanley Cup. today, I'm proud to say, because of leaders like Vimal Kalapa, we are champions. Because Vimal, you bring out the best in us, and you bring out the best in North Carolina. And we work together with Lieutenant Governor and the people of North Carolina in the cockpit of our great flight and the state first in flight. There's no limit to how high we can fly. There's no limit to our potential. And this is the reason we're the greatest country in the world. Because immigrants can come in, they can take their shot to greatness, and they can help not only themselves, but can help their country and their state. And that's why this is the best country in the world. Thank you for making us proud to be American. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And I wanted to just give a feeling. Can everyone stand up who came to this country with 2 suitcases with education in mind? Is there anyone? And pretty much that's what I want to say. Education is a key for our success, and that is the key for NCSSM and everyone. For us, it is a perfect match. And I thank each one of you what you do, and it's a dream for each one of ours and our kids to join like an institution like yours. And I hope you can expand more, and we can get more from Big County. That is my... But that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Vimalji, and the entire staff. It was excellent. Thank you.